Okay, next gen Steelers, be honest and raise your hands. Who thought that the Steelers were going to beat the Colts? Okay, I see that hand, but I am pretty sure that you are lying. But we did! We pulled off a miracle win against the best team in the league. So let's get into what the Steelers did to go from the worst performance of the year to the best performance of the year. The first thing the Steelers did really well against the Colts was stopping Jonathan Taylor. He averaged 3.2 yards per carry, which is only half of what he's been averaging all season. I mean, it's almost like the Steelers stopped last year's Saquon Barkley with the way that he's been running this year. One thing that the Steelers did not do very well was that they allowed Daniel Jones to throw for 342 yards. Now, they did also intercept some of his passes, but you just can't allow a quarterback to throw for that many yards on you. But don't get me wrong, the coverage was still great. But when they go up against Justin Herbert this week, they cannot let him throw for 340 yards. Another thing the Steelers did really well was the 6 turnovers. Now, the offense didn't play that well, but when the defense takes the ball away 6 times, and the offense takes 3 of those for touchdowns, that's amazing stuff. And that's things that win games. One thing that needs fixed before the Chargers game, the receivers need to get more involved. Now, you guys might not know this about DK Metcalf and why he didn't get very many targets on Sunday, but he was actually very sick. Like, he was getting IV treatments on the sidelines, so that does explain why he only had 2 catches and was mostly in there as a decoy. Some other receivers made plays, like Calvin Austin with his 5 catches for 56 yards. His play on 2nd and 1 was really nice. But other receivers didn't do that well, like Roman Wilson, trying to hurdle a guy when he only really needed 4 yards for the first down. But also, when you're a guy who's not played in the NFL very long and you're trying to work your way up, you're going to do whatever it takes to impress the coaching staff. And you already did it once earlier in the season, so you're probably thinking, yeah, I can do it again. But it just didn't work out for him that time, and he ended up losing the football, and it gave Steelers fans a scare. One thing the Steelers did well was that all the tight ends got involved in big ways. Pat Freiermuth had 3 catches for 27 yards, and, of course, the 12-yard touchdown. Jonnu Smith had 3 catches for 25 yards. He converted a few third downs. And Darnell Washington had 4 catches for 43 yards. When he's out there catching passes, he just looks so monstrous. And it's crazy to think that anyone can tackle him. And he got several first downs. He also had that nasty drop on 4th and 3 at the goal line. But he still made a lot of big plays. So the Steelers just need to continue utilizing him, because he's basically unstoppable. One thing the Steelers can definitely do better against the Chargers is the running game. They only turned out 38 yards on the ground this week, and Jaylen Warren himself had 16 carries and 31 yards. If it weren't for his 2 touchdowns, we would all be shaking our heads at that performance and calling for him to be benched, because that's what Steelers fans do. But this week against the Chargers, they should be able to run the ball better. The Chargers are allowing about 110 rushing yards per game, and that's definitely something that the Steelers can exploit. We saw what Jaylen Warren was able to do against a not-so-very-good Bengals run defense, with his 127 rushing yards. So if we see that again, that's definitely going to be something that could definitely help the Steelers win. One more really good thing the Steelers did against the Colts was holding truly stellar rookie Tyler Warren to just 5 catches for 26 yards. I think that's a major improvement over allowing Green Bay tight end Tucker Kraft to catch 7 passes for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Well, guys, we're almost at the halfway point of the season, so here's my realistic hopes for the Steelers over the next few weeks. I think that if the Steelers beat the Chargers and if they beat the Bengals, that's a pretty nice 7-3 record in a struggling division. Also, the Bengals, is a divisional game, and honestly, I think we just need to win that game and maybe win one of our Ravens games late in the year, and we can win the division. I also think we can win at least one playoff game. Speaking of winning, I'm predicting a 31-24 win for the Steelers. Let me know your predictions in the comments and where you guys think the Steelers are headed the rest of the season. Here we go, Steelers, and I will see you next week.